Everybody, welcome back to the channel where every day is range day. Today, I'm going to be giving you my review and experiences with this plate carrier, the Ferro Concepts Slickster. I do want to get a few things out of the way. One, this product was purchased with our own money. It was not sent to us by any company, and there was no correspondence with Ferro Concepts or any of their suppliers. Another thing to get out of the way, which typically we don't include, however, we are not law enforcement or military or have had any experience in either section. We do not work security or contracting or anything of the sort. We are just civilians exercising our rights to own this equipment. So keep that in mind as we go through this video. I've only had to use this on the range. I have not carried it in any life-threatening or combat situations, so my knowledge is limited to that. But let's talk about the key features of this Ferro Concepts Slickster. This is designed to be a low profile carrier, so if you have to wear clothes over it or something, if you're in security or law enforcement or something like that, you can get away with wearing this under some larger clothes. Now, I can say it doesn't fit very well under every article of clothing. It is still fairly bulky, especially when you get the plates in there. It does have some capabilities to be outfitted for a more extended mission, if you will, with this. Or if you wanted this to be built out to be more substantial, carry more things on it, it does have plenty of Velcro and lines of attachments through Ferro Concept and other companies they've partnered with to put more on this. There is plenty of Velcro both on the front and on the back for ID and swag patches, if you will. It does come with this elastic cummerbund with Velcro on both sides. It can be removed and replaced with a more substantial cummerbund if that's what you want. But this works for me, especially since I am trying to keep it a little bit more slick. It has 6 stretchy elastic pockets here on both the left and right hand side. It can be used for extra magazines or other kinds of equipment, as I have demonstrated here with some medical equipment. I'll talk about this triple mag shingle here in a little bit, but if I'm trying to go a little bit more sleek, a little bit more clandestine, I will ditch the shingles, some of the equipment, and keep mags here under the arms. Taking the cummerbund off, and I'll go ahead and remove this shingle. This is a triple mag shingle, which I decided to purchase for the use of this plate carrier. The Velcro is very strong. So if you're ever worried about your Velcro coming off, that is not going to be the case. This Velcro is very strong and takes an effort even just to set this up. Triple mag shingle here for 556, which I'll talk about here in a second. But I mentioned plenty of Velcro space. There is all kinds here, whether you want to put a shingle or some other kind of double-sided Velcro attachment, or if you want to just keep it slick, this is where the cummerbund will attach there. There are laser cuts on both sides of the plate carriers on this upper section, right here, and also right where the edge of this Velcro meets, there is some laser cutting. So that is used to attach other forms of equipment and accessories to this plate carrier, both by Ferro and other companies. However, I really have just tried to set this up with as little extra purchases as possible, just to kind of keep a budget mindset, because plate carriers can get very expensive. The inside is mesh, and which helps with some comfort. It does add a little bit of padding and is breathable. The shoulder straps are kind of the weak point of this product. However, that is kind of just the name of the game when you're going with a slick plate carrier. If you start adding too much padding to the top of this plate carrier, you're going to start printing a little bit more. This is not designed to be a full kitted out mission dedicated plate carrier, but a versatile low profile one. It helps a little bit if this is adjusted and this is adjusted to carry the weight. Although after a long day on the range, and I could hardly imagine a full deployment or something of that sort, your shoulders will start to get a little bit tired. The plate carrier does come with a little quick adjustment tool for this Velcro style shoulder strap. This little plastic shiv is used as a quick adjustment method to slide and separate the hook Velcro from the loop Velcro so that you can adjust this shoulder strap easier. Quick little tip, if you're afraid you're going to lose it, because it isn't necessary for the adjustment of the shoulder straps, although it's nice to have around, I've just been keeping it on the inside of where the plate's going so I don't lose it. I did mention the laser cuts here. There are laser cuts along the bottom as well, where the plate goes up into the plate carrier. So on the front and back of the plate carrier on the bottom, there is this Velcro which will open up so that the plates will go into the carrier. Again, this Velcro is very strong. I've never had a plate fall out or anything along the lines. I know this is already a question of some of you all, so I'm gonna go ahead and get it out of the way. What kind of plates am I using in this? LAPG level 3+, I'm pretty sure. The company and plates I was looking at the time were the Hesco L210s. Or special threats or something along those lines, but they were sold out. Did some homework, and just from looking at other YouTubers, looking at what other people have said, I did decide just to go ahead and get these a more budget setup for ceramic plates. Ferro Concepts has said they do not recommend steel plates in this carrier, and I wouldn't really recommend steel plates really at all. Okay, so now we're gonna get into how I've set this up. Right off the bat, when I purchased the Ferro Concepts Slickster, there was an option to purchase a triple mag shingle to go along with it. This is made by Ferro and in partnership with Haley Strategic, which is another big name in the guns and equipment world. So I felt fine purchasing this. This is a Velcro setup to go right here. And in it, I would have 3 fully loaded magazines. I'll go ahead and say these are not loaded. Just if this was fully loaded, again, that's something you have to consider. Weight, there will be weight along with this. That will be going on your shoulders. That is the only attachment that I purchased. The elastic cummerbund that this comes with provided me with enough equipment storage to where I didn't feel like I needed to purchase anything else. The only other Velcro attachment I have on this plate carrier is this handy dandy chem light holder, which is a Range Day original. Gavin and I worked together on this to create a slim and simple chem light holder that can be attached with Velcro to either a plate carrier, as I have here, or other forms of Velcro mounting system. The chem light is held with friction in here alone, and with the friction alone holds it very tight. I've had these chem lights over here for a year and a half, and they have changed color, but the other day, which is why there are only 2 here, I broke one up and shook it around and it still works fine. This is another little project that we have decided and kind of talked around here on the channel about kind of getting into more 3D printing accessories. You cannot 3D print everything for legal reasons. However, if you have an idea of something that should be 3D printed, we kind of want to make it a community project, and all those STL files are going to be free for your download. So we are working out some of the kinks on how to supply that and how to share that file. But if you have another idea for something that can be 3D printed, let us know and we'll look into it, maybe get something designed up, send the file of the prototype out to those who have 3D printers so that you can print them off and try them for yourself. If you are interested in having one of these and you have a 3D printer, let us know and we'll try and send that STL file out to you or distribute it. For medical, I have a tourniquet right here. Also have 2 Israeli bandages, one here on my left side and one on the main back here in this pouch. For the thinnest piece of medical equipment, I have a double pack of Quick Clot right here, and that has been the only problem I've had on the range is that Quick Clot tends to fall out a bunch. You want something to have a little bit of thickness or girth to fit into the elastic pouches so that it holds in with friction and elastic retention. This comes out way too easily on the range, and I've had to pick it up a couple of times. So that is the weak spot in my setup right now, is quick clot. That is why I may look into getting a small dedicated med kit, small little IFAC holder to put onto my plate carrier. But again, I don't want to weigh this down too much. I want this to be a slick and a very slim setup for a plate carrier, but have some more mission functionality to it. Having a whole bunch of stuff on the right hand side, it does get in the way, especially when I'm reaching to draw with a pistol. So I like loading all of my stuff on the left side as much as I can. So from purely a range test with this Ferro Concepts Slickster, I have loved it. I have had no complaints on it, aside from the fin straps will get a little heavy over time, and the retention of the elastic pouch will require some girth to the objects you're putting in there. So that is the only two problems I've had with this. So if you have any tips, any comments on my current Ferro Concepts Slickster setup, let me know in the comment section below. And if you have any questions, leave those below and we will get back to you. What do you do for your plate carrier? Do you have one? Are you thinking about getting one? Or do you think you even need one at all? Let us know and we will love to get a conversation started with you in the comment section below. If you like this kind of content and you want to keep up with the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and click the bell icon and select the preference that works best for you. This has been Mac with Range Day, where every day is Range Day. Thank you for watching.
On my lunch break at work is when we were working from home and everything, and I walked out and I was like, whoa. Yeah, a little bit of a buzz. Don't spray paint your bathroom. It's a bad idea.